Righto everyone, what's going on, and welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, today we're doing a Q&A, so we're going to be having a bit more of a chiller one. So I think I'm going to start to rip into it because I have a bit of a busy day and weekend today. Tomorrow we go to pick up a new car, which is very exciting news. So anyway, we're just going to dive into these questions pretty much and we'll get it started. Righto, first question. I saw you at the meet on Saturday and had a thought, would you ever consider trying to do your own meet with old rollers and other niche old Jap cars? Yes, I really like the idea. That'd be really cool. I've had like a bit of a thought for a while, but it's just never having the time to really like pursue it, I guess. But in Townsville where we are, they do a Ford versus Holden day. And I don't think there's any like all Jap days or anything like around this area. So I thought a Nissan versus Toyota day maybe would be pretty cool. You could get a lot of the old Nissans and Toyotas come out. I think that'd be really cool because I really enjoy to see like old Toyotas all in the same place. So it's a very cool sight. So to answer that, yes, I would like to, but I don't think I really have the time to sort something out like that at the moment, but could definitely happen in the future. Second one we got, would you ever consider mucking around with some sort of V8 in the future? To be honest, probably not. Doesn't really do much for me. I don't hate them, but I don't really love them either. It's not really my slice of cake, I guess you could say. I like them to an extent, but doesn't really do much for me, and with the amount of cars I have, I don't really want to pay a V8 rego. So, in theory, if I had a lot of money, yeah, but doesn't really do much for me. Right, what have we got here? What's your favourite pre-89 Australian car made, Japanese car and American car? This one's going to be really hard. Probably to answer Japanese first. Just going to go with my, any old Mazda really is really cool, but my Datsun 1200 was like my dream car for a while, and now I have it. Probably just going to go with that to make it nice and easy. Australian car, maybe like a Holden Gemini, probably. Geminis are pretty cool. I'm only saying that because I had one once, but yeah, I'll just go with a Holden Gemini, they're pretty cool. American car, maybe like the old, smaller-ish, I know there's no such thing really, but like a smallish F-truck, like a F100 maybe. Or like a Chevy C10, maybe. But yeah, that's probably it. I don't really dabble too much in the shit for like anything other than what I have. I don't really get right into the American or the Australian stuff. But hope that answered your question. Next one we got, what gave you the push to start YouTube? I can't really recall what gave me the push. I used to do Instagram videos, and I think we were doing something. We took a car to the beach once. I used to do YouTube when I was like a bit younger, and I used to go to the skate park and I used to film like skate park videos and skating videos and shit. But I think I just thought like the stuff we were doing was like cool enough to be able to make a full video out of it, and I made like one or two. And then I met Cody, Sick Puppy Cody. If you don't know him, go and check him out. Legend. I met him, and it was kind of, I wouldn't say that gave me the push to keep going, but it kind of did. It was more that I could meet someone that was like-minded, and I guess supported what you did, or like kind of thought what you did was cool compared to like people not really supporting it, if that makes sense. I don't really know what I'm saying, but I met Cody, and then that's when I kind of went, oh, this is pretty cool, like this guy does it as well, and you could just, yeah, and then I started making videos every week, and then that's just what I do now. I don't really think about it that much. I don't really look too that deep into it, but yeah, I'm not really sure what gave me the push to do it. Like I've been doing it for a while, but just recently is when I've been starting to do every week and more car-related stuff. If someone was starting out, what would be your first suggestion for a first project car? Must be pre-89. Anything from 80 to 84 Toyota Corolla. Best car in the world. Hands down, best car in the world. wouldn't recommend anything else. Full stop. Next question, when are you going to get the blue KE that's in the tree running and driving? Look, it's probably possible, like, there's probably worse things that have happened, but it's more just, it's annoying that it's up there. I don't know who put it up there. I don't know why someone would hang it up there, but I actually think every day when I see it, I think, why the hell did I do that? This thing's like straighter than some of the other cars that have here. Like, you could probably use it. But no one really sees on the other side of it that I don't show. It's actually had that whole side caved in. It's got no doors, so it could happen if we were really keen. But then I'd have to replace it with another one because I like the tree ornament KE. I want to hang another one beside it as well. It'll be like the yin and yang of KEs. Next question, what's your favourite scooter brand? Favourite scooter brand, I don't really get too that deep into it at the moment, but I'm just going to say an Ethic just to answer that question. To give a bit of context to that question, I used to ride like skate park and shit when I was younger, so that's one of my old mates that asked that question. Thanks for doing that and embarrassing me. Do you hate or love the North Queensland heat? It makes me sweat watching some of your videos hearing the cicadas. Look, I definitely hate it. Oh, I don't even know how to answer that. It'd be way better if it was colder all the time, but the cicadas are just, fuck. I hate that shit. That is just, nothing is worse than those cicadas, honestly. The heat doesn't really bother me, but it's probably only because I've been here for like my whole life, so it's not that bad. Like I said, it would be nicer if it was cold, but yeah, the cicadas can definitely fuck off. Lucky they're only here for like half the year, but still. Now that we have the mics, it shouldn't really worry us when they come back, but it's ear piercing the whole day. Next question. This is going to be a bit of a controversial one. Least favourite / most overrated cars, and cars you would really like to own but would never want to own. I'll answer the first part, least favourite, most overrated cars. It's going to be hard to answer this without like offending people, but I'm just going to go and say like, not all Commodores, but there is definitely some Commodores that I just hate. Like, and I don't think it's Commodores I don't really like Commodores at all, but I think a lot of the time it's like some of the owners that let down the look of the cars. Yeah, without offending too many people, it's not all Commodore people, but there is definitely some Commodore people out there that just, yeah. And I guess I could probably add to that and maybe just say like a 79 series Land Cruiser, and I think that's like the same reasoning I have for the Commodore. Like, some of the owners just really let down the rest of them. But like, I don't know, they're just so expensive for how little you get. Like, yeah, they'll drive forever and have heaps of Ks on them and shit, but for someone that wants to buy like a nice car, I don't see why you'd buy a Land Cruiser. Like, it drives the same as my like Corolla from 40 years ago. Next question, would you ever host a meet in New South Wales for the New South Wales Ballers? Cheers. Oh, look, I'd love to. It'd be really cool. I think one day I definitely want to go to Corollapalooza. That's like definitely on my bucket list of things to do, is go to Corollapalooza. Like, some people want to they want to travel the world. They want to go to America. They want to go to Japan, all that shit. I want to go to Corollapalooza. That's like that's where it's at. I just want to go and see like 40 Corollas zinging around. But eventually, that's definitely on the cards. I'd love to be able to take a car to Corollapalooza one year. That's like big on my bucket list. But yeah, to answer that question, yeah, I'd love to, but it's not really, like, I live so far away. Maybe if I like was big enough and I went down there for Palooza, and then like maybe I could do something around that area, but not really on the cards at the moment because I'm very small time to, yeah, put that in words. What car started the 4-lug addiction? It'd have to be the Cream KE sedan, even though the Datsun was probably the first car I was looking at buying, but that was like a bit of a process. I had to go down south to look at it and sort it out. But in between looking at the Datsun, the KE popped up, and I actually didn't know what it was. I had no idea what a KE70 was. I didn't even know Corollas were rear-wheel drive at that point. And so I picked up the Corolla, and then I kind of got the Datsun after, and then I was like, oh, these are the same stud pattern kind of thing. And I was switching wheels over on them, and then I started buying different wheels, and then it kind of just turned into like all the wheels that I'd find that were that stud pattern that were like had no use, or like nobody was using them, or they were like sitting rotting in a paddock in the dirt. Like I just kind of started buying them because they were cheap and easy to acquire, I guess. And yeah, now it turned into this. Opinions on the greatest cars ever. Daihatsus. Also, would you get it to sell to match the 4-drive Corolla but a bit older? Like if the right to sell came up and it was like really cheap, I don't really like to go out of my way for a car and like pay a lot of money for it. They kind of just like, if they pop up and it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like if I'm able to get it, it must have just been meant to be. If I don't get it, it wasn't meant to be. I wouldn't mind another. I'd probably get. I don't know. I'd probably get another A95 4-wheel drive and like do some actual nice stuff to it, not like ruin it like this one. And Daihatsu's like Daihatsu Ferozas I like. They do like K trucks and shit as well. Like they're all cool. Don't mind Daihatsu. Like they're nothing really wrong with them. Next question: what are the laws, prices, and regulations on importing, say, a whole car to Oz to NZ? Say yours to mine, bro. Another good segment in the works, lad. Nice. Honestly, I don't even know how to answer that. I have no idea. I've never looked into it. I have no idea. Eventually, at some point in my life, would be really cool. I like the idea of being able to like send my car somewhere and go overseas, and definitely want to come to NZ one day. That's definitely another thing that's on my bucket list. I don't really want to go anywhere else. I'd like to go to NZ, but honestly, no idea. The idea is cool. I would definitely like to take a car there, but yeah, I can't really answer that. I've never looked into it. How expensive are shipping containers in Australia? Well, the one I'm sitting in, so I have the two bottom ones and then the one up top, which eventually I'd like to live in. The two bottom ones cost me 10 for both of them, so they're $5,000 each for the two bottom ones. And they're pretty nice, like they were pretty clean inside. They were pretty clean, and they had all like the brackets that I could use to hang up my wheels and shit. And yeah, they're pretty straight. They're a high cube, so it doesn't really get as hot in here. And then that one that's up on the top, I got that like second hand. I paid $8 for it, and it had all doors and windows in it. Eventually, when there's a deck up there and all this sort of crap, if this even happens, I'll do a tour in the top one. Would you ever do an EFI K series or Carby's king? Carby's are king. I don't really know too much about K series. I've never really got into Hondas. I like some Hondas, but like doesn't really do much for me. I like to keep in my like one kind of niche area, like 4Ks and Toyotas, because everything's kind of like interchangeable and cheap. Like to buy stuff for a 4K is awesome. Like I think like you can buy a fuel pump for under $100 on some places, which is pretty cool. So not really. Carby's are king. Fuck fuel injection. LS swap something. No. Not really a big fan. I think I mentioned that before. I'm not really a big fan of V8s. But nah, I'm not really. I could never see myself LS swapping anything. If anything, I'd get an SS and I'd put a 4K in it. Yeah. If anything, I'd get an SS and I'd put a Toyota Corolla motor in it. That's probably a really good idea. If I ever got like a half written off car, that'd be kind of cool, I think. Thoughts on being the Murray champ? I'll always be the Murray champ. No one's ever going to take that title from me. Especially any of the skate park boys that are watching this. To put a bit of context to that, I won like a comp at a skate park a long time ago. And yeah, full stop. You're Mangville's leader, right? I don't even know what Mangville is. I don't even know what you're talking about. So I'm just going to move on to the next question. What happened to your hairline? What happened to your legs, Jacob? What happened to your arms? What happened to your fucking stick figure body, mate? Fuck you. Jacob's actually on holidays at the moment, so thank fuck. I won't have to see him for a bit, but he'll be back soon. Sadly. Righto, we got why doesn't the great man, my dad, make any guest appearance in the videos? I don't know, he's not really like into proper shit boxes, like he likes to do stuff properly, and personally, like I know I've had like my mum did a burnout in my car once for a video, but like I don't really enjoy having close family. I don't want to bring them into this because it's like I don't want to put too much of my life on a YouTube. So I don't really, doesn't really do much for me. Like it's more if they really want to, I can maybe like, yeah, I guess. But and he'd probably just make me look like an idiot too because he'd like be really smart and I'd be a retard. So it'd make me look even more retarded than I even am. So yeah, no, not really. Peanut butter and sliced tomato on toast, yes or no? This is a universal real bloke judge of character. Sick rusty cars with good content, you've already proven yourself. I've never had it, and I know the answer probably you want is going to be yes, but it doesn't really sound that good, so I'm going to say no. I'm sorry, but yeah. Never had it before, so I'm going to say no. I know you probably want the answer to be yes, but nah, not doing that. I'm sorry. Why has Jacob got to be such a pest and speaks when not spoken to? I don't know what his problem is. I hope he watches this and realises you shouldn't fucking speak when you're not spoken to. You just need to hold the camera and shut up. But that's probably why he's on holiday at the moment. Someone said, loving those wheels, what size are they? This is referring to the photo I put up. It's a photo of the Corona. They're 14 by 7. I think I have some in here, but they're 14 by 7. And then I've got like a 185/50 on them. I'm trying to see if I have any here, but I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called Datsun Turbines, I think. But yeah, no, they're really cool. I really like them on the Corona. I feel like they look really cool on the Corona, like tucking up and the color I painted them and shit. What do you think about Honda Civics, older ones? I can understand the whole like 4-cylinder thing. I've never really like, I don't know, I've just never really like dabbled in them, but I understand the whole revving hard 4-cylinder screaming shit, like that's cool. But I've never really like got right into Honda Civics. I don't hate Hondas or anything, but it's just not really what I'm into. I'm more like to keep, I like to stay in like one kind of sector. I don't want to get too many different cars because then you got to get too many different parts and then it's just fucking, it's a head fuck. If I just stick to Corollas, I know I've got everything I need and it's just simple. Stick to my 4x114 because pretty sure they're like 4x100 anyway. But yeah. If the right one came up for really cheap, I'd probably do it. But other than that, yeah, nah. If I was going to do it, I'd probably put a 4K in it. Righto, last question we got from Subarooted. Is that stash as comfy of a seat as it looks? For you, mate, it can be. That's from Subarooted. He's got that red slammed Subaru Brumby. Probably the coolest Brumby I've ever seen ever and will ever see ever. Shout out to him. He is very cool. I think that is all of them, which is pretty good. I'm pretty glad that's over. Not really. I enjoyed every minute of that. Thanks for asking all the questions. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Just double checking them. I tried to answer the least favourite / most overrated cars one as politely as I could. But yeah. Probably VE Commodores. If I'm going to add anything else to that. VE Commodores. Yeah. Anything like SS's, yeah, but like when it's a fucking auto V6 and you're trying to race people at the lights everywhere you go and you're just driving like a maniac, that is like peak. Yeah. I'm going to leave it as that so too many people don't get offended. But anyway, I'm going to go outside now, give you an update on everything that we've been doing. And then tomorrow, early morning, we head off at about 5 o'clock to go and pick up my new Corolla, which will be getting done as a drift car build, which is pretty exciting. Very keen to hook into that. Righto, so what we had going on is we pulled the Valiant is what it is. We pulled that off the trailer yesterday because we actually went somewhere yesterday. Like I said, if you've seen her on Instagram, pretty wild some of the shit we seen yesterday. But pulled the Valiant off, put it up here, given it its little spot, and we're going to hook in with getting it. There's not really much to get it going. So I got it off Cody, sick puppy, and I think him and Bam got it going and they had it driving and stuff. So I don't really have a hard job. I'm just going to like fix up a few things, like the water inlet housing has a massive hole in it, so I got to pull that off, and I got to do a little bit to it. I just want to make it so it holds water, doesn't really leak. I think the gearbox fucking leaks like fuck, but I just want to fix up a few things, put a tank in it, running and driving, and then like maybe clean it up, and then I can kind of sell it because I don't really have the need for it. I don't really know why I bought it. It was a bit of an impulse, spur of the moment. Like I said before, the salesman was very persuasive with his bargaining, even though I bought it. But took the Datsun, or we've been driving the Datsun. I think last time I spoke, I didn't really drive it that much, but we have been driving it. What else? Oh, Irvan. The Irvan's actually had some shit done to it lately. We also have the Irvan booked in to get polished in about 2 days, which is pretty exciting. So we put a welcome mat in the door because all the paint there, if you remember, was all terrible. So I cut up this really nice welcome mat. We put that in there. That's pretty cool. We have the first class, middle class, lower class plaques. I've put some lights in the roof as well. Speakers up there now, which is pretty good. Keeps falling back because people keep bumping it, but and it actually has like a proper exhaust now. So we finally have the side dump that I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but we have a big old side dump now, and big old rotary muffler in there. And yeah, so we had Aiken Vale Exhaust do this. So if you're ever in town and you need exhaust done, Aiken Vale Exhaust is the go-to. They always look after me, and they're just some bloody champions. So yeah, cheers to them for doing this. So we have side dump, a few little interior stuff, and then it gets polished, and then want to get the seats plated as well. Would be nice, but the Irvan's still going strong. Okay, he's still going good with the 5-speed. This thing is going really good for as good as it can be, I guess. We filmed a video with this actually the other day, and it ended up like blowing up. I think it's almost at 1 million views, and from that video, where like probably by the time this is posted, we would have hit 10k followers on Instagram, which is pretty cool. So thanks to this thing just does wonders for any video that it ever appears in, so that's why I'm showing it. But still goes good. I still start it up every now and then just to like keep it running. The Corona's still champion. Like I started this thing up the other day and I drove it out, and it's just such a good car. 4-wheel drive Corolla still does the same shit, I guess. Nothing really changed with that. I don't know if I've shown these over here. I don't know if I've shown these, but these are some like newish wheels that I have that don't fit in the container. I think I might have shown these, but these are the Ford tri-spokes. They're really cool. Lancer wheels, whatever these are, they're multi. They're 4x114, 4x100. This old dragway wheel, which is really cool. I wish I had more of these. These are very cool. Shame I only have one, but still pretty cool. Whatever these are, these were a bit of a dud. So I got these thinking, oh yeah, they're new, they look nice. Got them decently cheap, not really. One is multi 4-stud, one's multi 5-stud, so bit of a bust on that. I can't even use either of them. And Bam's wheels, we did up for Bam, so they're done. I just sat them out here for now. I should probably put them inside. And then we have these 6-stud ones that I got the other morning. Fun fact, I bought these off Marketplace at 4:30 in the morning. But these are really cool. I got them for the bus until I realised they are poked about like 6 inches, like literally half of the rim pokes on these. So can't use them on the bus, but I'll probably do them up. And then we have Jacob's Falcon wheels as well that he needs to come and help me fix. Righto, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a bit more of a chiller one, but definitely tomorrow we have some very cool stuff happening. We're going to do a big Corolla haul. We're getting like a car. I might be buying some like genuine wheels, so my first pair of genuines, which is never thought it would have happened, but nice pair of wheels we'll be buying, and a few Corolla goodies from this other Corolla dude. So other than that, you'll probably see that next weekend, or tune into Instagram if you want to see what I bought earlier or not. But this will be the Corolla drift car that we'll be using for my little mission I have to make a like decently capable, it doesn't even have to be capable, it just has to be able to like just be able to drift. But I'm planning on keeping it 4K. I want it to be like just a purely stock 4K, and I want to make every cheat possible to make it slide. But yeah, we'll be going to pick up that tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting, and we'll be doing a video on it for sure, but you won't see that till next weekend, like I said. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I've got a bit of shit to do today, so I'm going to head off. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.